Hello, it's Jamper, back again, and today we're going to be playing a game called Project Cars. On the Nürburgring, very classic map, everyone knows it, or track even. We're taking the Caterham 7 out, quite a stock car, not very fast, very iconic though, based on the Lotus 7. Which is a very old design. I took this out because I actually wanted to do gear shift. I've jumped the start a little bit here. Jumped it a little bit. But no, I'm trying to use the gear shift this game. So I am actually using the gear shift, and I have got traction control and stability control off. So I chose a slow car because it's just too hard for me. I can't do it. And I have got the racing line on. I know I'm a scrubby noob. Like, look at me, I'm a noob. But no, lovely car, based on like the Lotus 7, like I said, and in this game is incredibly realistic if you want it to be. I keep saying realistic, but it's probably not realistic. It's probably just authentic. But it is just a fun game to play with the whole setup, with pedals, clutch, gears, gear lever, and you can see me messing up gears. It's just simply because I have to deal with the clutch and the gear shift and the whole lot really. But I've got the bots. There's 10 bots behind me. They're on a low setting, so they're not going to beat me. So I've spoiled that for you already. If I had them any higher, they'd thrash me, and I can't play with the gear shift without the racing line. It's just too difficult for me. So playing with the racing line here, it's not a very obscure map or track even. I probably could learn it and learn the corners, but it's just the benefit of having the racing line that tells you when to brake and when to slow down is that I can better understand what gear I need to be in. For example, I'm going to shift down to third now, and it's just a little bit easier. Now I'm down in second, and it just makes it a lot easier for me because I don't stand a hope in hell without the racing line. Sometimes I can barely keep this thing on the road. It's just as soon as you give it a bit of acceleration through the pedal, it's just the back just wants to go everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and it's so easily it's so easily taken off the road. It's not even funny, and it's just no fun for me. So I have the racing line on while I'm using the gear shift. I mean, on my career I'm using an Aston Martin hydrogen or something like that, and I use the gear the flappy paddles because it just seems like a more Tiptronic gearbox kind of car, not the Caterham 7, which has obviously got a manual stick shift. You can see him changing down the gears now. I mean, some cars you can actually see the dude who's in the cockpit changing gears with the flappy paddles, and I like to use the gear shift every now and again, but it's just too difficult with some cars. I was tempted to do the Escort Mark 1, the Mark 1600 or something like that. I don't know. It's quite a beefy little car. It's kind of like old. I like to drive the older cars with stick shift or manual, whatever you want to call it, if you're American or British, because I like to drive that car. And just cars of this age, really. I'd even go to an E30 M3 or something with a manual, because it's just a bit more realistic, and I like using the gear shift. I'm just hopeless at it, like absolutely hopeless. If this was without that racing line, I wouldn't make it through the Nürburgring. I wouldn't. The car would have been battered and bruised, and it would have lost its wheels by now because I've crashed into the barriers so many times. This race, I think I only crashed into the barrier like twice, got a little surprise coming up for you later on in the race. It's just a nice car. I mean, listen to those revs, and this game, they've got different engine sounds for every car, and you can hear the transmission and the gearbox and everything. Everything has its own specific sound, which I really like. I really like it. It's not just a stock sound for like a set class of cars, for example. Every car sounds different, and every car handles differently, and the models, the driving models, are just so much. There's so much variety in them. Oh, listen to that. Change gear down to 4th. This game can be very realistic if you want it to be. It's a fantastic driving game, and I'm just happy that I'm fortunate to play it, you know, because I've only recently got into driving games massively since I got my steering wheel, but I was into them beforehand, and it's just this is. It's got a couple of things I don't like. I mean, I wish I had a bit more of a Forza kind of buy cars and do them up kind of style, but that would take away from what it is. It is a pick this car that's been set up and perfectly, you know, fiddled with gameplay wise, and these are professional cars, blah blah blah. And then there's only a few road cars, and this is one of them. Caterham 7, I love it. I love it. I would love to own one in real life, but I'd even love to own a Lotus 7 as the original. Ooh. It's just nicely taking it around, and this is the surprise. I had a 5-lap Nürburgring race on it last time, and I changed the time to progress a lot quicker. So night time is coming, and I'm retarded, and I don't remember how to turn on the lights. So I'm literally just relying on the racing line for the last legs of this race, which is pretty poor probably for YouTube viewing, but I apologise. I just wanted to. Whoa! Oh yeah, I paused it because I'm trying to get to the option menu, but you can't get to the option menu unless you're out of a race. And I'm desperately trying to work out what is the enable light button, because it'd be so much better. And I'm pressing all these buttons on my steering wheel. I'm going back to the keyboard, and it just doesn't do it. So I just hammer it down and just hope for the best. I mean, oh, here we go, hit the wall. Ooh. So I'm just going to follow the racing line. I will come off the track quite a few times because I just can't see it. I mean, I don't even know if you can see the video. All you can probably see right now is this poxy bloody racing line with two very faint bug-eye lights that are not lit up, which is detrimental to your viewing pleasure, I suppose. Here we are, coming through a lighted area. I love the way Caterham feels. I really do. It is a pig to drive. It does want to just swing its back out all of the time. I don't know if that's actually what it's like in real life, but that's how it feels in this game. It's just always trying to mess you up. It's always trying to swing its back out, and I don't know how I didn't spin out in this race, to be honest with you. It's just like I was asking for it. I took the Caterham 7 out, no traction control, no stability control, with the gear shift. That means my throttle control is a lot poorer. Oh, here we go again. Because I've got to think about the clutch, the brake and the accelerator. And I think I did alright in this race. I could have done better, obviously. And this must be terrible. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this. It's so bad. I didn't realise how dark it is to view. Well, unfortunately, you're just going to have to listen to my voice ramble on, because I liked this race. This was fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Now, I would like you guys to tell me what you want and what you have been enjoying from this channel. If it's dirt, or even world warships, or Project Cars, this game, or any game really. I mean, I've got a vast library. It's just I just film what I really am enjoying. Smacked it down into second hand. Oh, I love the way it revs. Just checking my gear changes. They're not terrible. They are not terrible. I expected when I was watching. I expected my gear changes to be a lot worse when I was watching it back, but they're not too bad. And I'm following the racing line pretty well. I mean, this is the last straight, I believe, of the Nürburgring. Yes, it is. And I'm just flat out on my pedal. And this car does not go very fast in a straight line. I can barely get it up to near to red line, so I can punch it in fifth. Sorry, it just won't. Especially when you go up a hill, it actually starts to slow down. It's 109 now if you look. It's going down to 108 and 107. So it really doesn't like going in a straight line. I don't even think it likes going round corners, to be honest, because it is a bit of a finicky one. But I really enjoyed this race, and I really enjoy playing Project Cars and any racing game, and any game for that fact. And just literally send me a suggestion if you want to see me play something with either me or just myself, or with Samba, or I almost call him Sam, but no, Samba or Sam, whatever. Then just give me a shout. I mean, I'm looking to do some armour, maybe a very, very long series of Crusader Kings, which will be very slow. Coming into the end here, finish line, and we're going to come across the line. Now we just come across the line nicely. I think our time was just under 11 seconds, so pretty slow, considering I think it was on top gear. They took a transit van around the Nürburgring. Under 10, or was it just